The national championships at Bowling Green have earned a reputation as a real crowd-pleasing show. It's also a favorite among the competitors. The best pullers in the world come here to compete with pulling trucks and tractors powered by everything from turbocharged drag racing engines to screaming modified jet turbines and awesome V-12 aircraft engines. The first to test itself against the drag of the big sled will be Mr. Chevy with Dave Banner at the throttle. The field has been narrowed to six of the most incredible displays of raw horsepower ever created in the history of motorsports. Here's Dave Banner hooking up for the first run of the pull-off. Dave Banner run out of Mr. Chevy. That sets a high mark for the others to shoot at. Dave lined up on the extreme left side of the track. As the competition continues and the track gets more roughed up, the choice of which part of the track to run on will become more and more important. Let's see what the strategy was behind the Banner's choice to run down the left side.
All right, Dave Banner, we talked with your brother Ralph just before you left the line. He said you're going to try something different, hug the inside line, and it looks like you took the instructions very well.
Yeah, well, it felt like the track may be a little drier up there. I don't know. I think we missed that good bite there in the middle. I think we maybe made a mistake, but it was a good run. It'll take a good run to beat it.
All right, you'll have Banner Brown coming back. You've got another shot at it.
Yeah, I probably won't run that same place, but I'm not really disappointed in the run because I lifted, I went straight, I had to hit the brake a little bit, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Good luck. We'll know here in a couple of minutes.
For sure. Walsh and Leo and all them guys back here is good running tractors.
All right, a Dan Eve 11 Open here tonight at Bowling Green.
Although their sources of power may not be similar, these top national tractor pullers have one thing in common. All are capable of building machines strong enough to win. If the horsepower is relatively equal, what then determines a winner? Many pullers will say that something as minor as moving a few ounces from the rear to the front of a vehicle or shaving another fraction of an inch from a tire can make a big difference. Dave Walsh, our next puller, has dealt with the problem of weight balance in the very design of the Irish Challenger. The small front tires enabled him to mount his motors right on the nose of the frame, putting more of the weight right up front. He's hooked up and ready to run. The middle, an excellent run for the Walsh team that will put them in the lead. 261 feet 7 inches is going to be a tough one to beat. The Irish Challenger actually appeared to be somewhat heavy on the nose. With a little more weight moved back, he might have been able to pull it out of here.
Well, Dave Walsh, you take the lead, gone for 2 in a row here at Bowling Green at the National Tractor Pulling Championships. What is your strategy here in the pull-off? Well, Dave Walsh,
I should have been a little bit lighter up front. I was a little bit heavier. If I was a little bit lighter, I probably could have gone farther, but I lightened it up from the first run, and I got on a little bit harder this time than I did the first run.
Right, a lot of people are wondering why the small tires on the front of the chassis.
That's why I get my motors out front more, get my weight out there, so I don't have to move the weights out there.
Well, I'll tell you, they're building like they've never built them before. Congratulations. We'll see if it holds up.
Yeah, thank you.
We've talked about horsepower and weight balance, but what else makes a tractor pulling champion? Probably the most important is the man behind the wheel. His intimate knowledge of his machine and his skill at controlling the thousands of horsepower at his command make the difference between a good run and a great run. Backing in now is Phil Patterson in the Chrysler-powered Sassy Massey. 2 pairs of motors are mounted in tandem up front with a 5th single motor behind them. The position and number of motors on most of these machines can be changed, enabling them to compete in lighter weight classes within the modified tractor division. This is the heaviest class, where they pull out all the stops and go for it with everything they've got. A wild ride for Phil Patterson, but he managed to beat Dave Vanter out of second place by 3/10 of a foot. Phil was really weaving all over the track, but he wasn't about to let it get out of bounds and get disqualified. Phil had to use the rear brakes to stay on course, and that cost him distance.
Phil Patterson looks like a tremendous amount of bite in the track. You seem to be going from one side to the other.
Yeah, that isn't where I wanted to try for the pull-off, but the last two chewed up where I wanted so bad that I tried something different. I didn't have to use the brakes quite as bad, but I still had to stand down pretty good.
Are you pretty happy, though, overall with the run?
It isn't going to win it, but I guess we're going to have to accept it. It's over with.
Have to do for tonight, right? Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Phil Patterson from out in New Hampshire giving it his best shot here tonight in the pull-off at Bowling Green.
One of the finer arts of tractor pulling is reading the track. These pullers pride themselves on being able to line up in the area of the track where they'll get the best traction or bite from the high RPM rear tires. Bowling Green is famous for its pulling tracks, but even it has spots which are more choice than others. It's Fred Freeman's turn. In contrast to our last contestant, Fred's tractor, the Mean Mistreater, has two motors in tandem up front with three others lined up in the rear position. This is a modern Tim Engler creation, and you can bet it's got all the latest power modifications. A breakdown and a disappointment for Fred Freeman. Tractor pulling is not only a test of a machine's power, it's a test of its durability. These multi-engine drag rails have to withstand incredible punishment.
All right, we saw pieces, Fred Freeman, flying through the air. We thought it was a blower belt, but they look all right. What happened out there?
Well, I really don't know, Dave. I'll find out later, but I did turn a lot of RPM the first time, and that's pretty hard on blower belts.
Now, when we say a lot of RPMs, how many are we talking about?
Probably about 8,500.
And you normally don't like to go over what number?
About 7.
All right, so you hit another 1,500 RPMs. You've had a pretty good weekend here, though, at Bowling Green. You got to be pretty pleased.
Yes, I'm pretty satisfied, but I'd like to do a little better here before long.
They always like to do better at Bowling Green. Fred Freeman, congratulations.
Thank you, Dave.
Be a part of the most powerful sport on earth with a TNT membership. Get 12 issues of Power Tracks, the monthly pulling magazine, a Redman TNT pulling cap, a TNT Motorsports patch, Redman and TNT decals, plus a 10% discount card on all mail order purchases. Send check or money order for $24.95 to this address, or charge it to your Visa or MasterCard by calling 1-800-227-3167. Order now.
Hi, Tom. Looks like you beat me again.
No problem, Whitey. Have a sporting news on me. I get it at home, and that's where I'm heading.
I get the sporting news at home, too. But when I'm on the road, I buy it to keep up, especially about you American Leaguers.
Call for a super deal that saves you 75% off the newsstand price.
For 55 issues of the Sporting News in 4 easy payments of $7.50, call now 1-800-626-8300. That's 1-800-626-8300.
Take a look inside the exciting and glamorous world of thoroughbred racing. Interviews with owners and jockeys. Highlights of key races. Thoroughbred Digest. Wednesday afternoons on ESPN.
This is a Nation's Business Update with Melissa Gardner.
The Commerce Department reports housing starts for January fell nearly 2% to the lowest level since December 1982. On Wall Street, the Dow Industrials, which had been ahead for the first part of the day, closed down 5 points in moderate trading. And the dollar rose against key foreign currencies in subdued trading. More tomorrow morning on Nation's Business Today here on ESPN.
It's all come down to 2. Only 2 more contestants remain with a chance to beat Dave Walsh's 261-foot, 7-inch run. Leo Kay and the Driller will be the first to try. 5 full-blown Rodak dragster motors cranking out thousands of horsepower, fully primed and ready to test the big sled. This one is for the championship, and you can bet Leo Kay is not going to let up on it one bit. Pulling hard right down to the end. An excellent pull for Leo Kay. He's jumped into the lead, more than 9 feet ahead of Dave Walsh. In a sport of inches, it's a mighty big lead. But it's not over yet. Dave Banter is coming back for one more run, this time in Banter Brown.
Leo Kay taking off his helmet, his earplugs. You got to feel very good. You've just taken the lead over the Walsh boys, and I tell you, it was power against power tonight.
Yeah, it's been a good night. They got a super tractor, too, and we just got him tonight.
Did you honestly think you had a really good chance here in the pull-off?
Yeah, I felt we had a pretty good chance. Other than the track was getting a little worse there at the beginning, but Ronnie Reed picked out a good spot and we made her.
Well, I tell you, these tracks have really held up to their reputation, power all the way.
This is an excellent pull, an excellent track, as it always has been.
Well, I tell you, it'll make the trip home to Pennsylvania awfully good.
A lot better.
Congratulations, Leo. Leo Kay of Bradford, Pennsylvania.
Only one machine stands between Leo Kay and the championship, and what a machine it is. The Banter's 6 big Chevys are enough to strike fear in the heart of any competitor. They've run 2 rigs in tonight's competition, and both made it into the pull-off. The Banters have 16 national championships to their credit. They'd like to add another right here. Smoke, big problems for Banter Brown. Dave Banter knew the championship was on the line, and he pushed the big Chevys as far as they would go, right to the breaking point and beyond. A great effort by the Banter team, but they can't catch Leo Kay and the Driller. Leo Kay has won it all in bowling.
Congratulations, Leo. Leo Kay of Bradford, Pennsylvania.